Hi everyone, my name is Jenna and I chose to do domestic violence as my topic. So I picked this topic because I really wanted to learn more about domestic violence. I feel like it is happening more and more often and I just wanted to be educated and be able to educate others on information about domestic violence and also some signs to look for if you think someone is in this type of situation. I also wanted to provide awareness to you all so you can too become educated on this topic. Also, I wanted to explain what you can do in case you ever become in this situation or know of someone that has experienced this. Domestic violence is basically when one person in a relationship is trying to dominate the other person, whether it's physically, emotionally, or psychologically. Although domestic violence can happen to anyone, the main victims tend to be women. The one main reason domestic violence is an issue is because the abuser is trying to gain control over their victim and trying to have them submit to their every need. Domestic violence is not necessarily only physical, but can also be when the abuser emotionally attacks you and instills a feeling of fear, shame, and hurt in you. In all of the domestic violence cases reported in the world, 85% of them have been female victims. 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence sometime throughout their life. In total, that's about 1.3 million women each year in some type of domestic violence case. With that being said, domestic violence is one of the most underreported crimes, which is a reason why I want to educate you all. Sometimes many people never admit to themselves or to others that they are in a violent relationship. Most of the times, it is because they just do not know of the basic signs. One of the main possibilities that you are in a relationship with domestic violence is that you are afraid around your partner. You feel like you always have to be extra careful with everything you do because you feel like they could get mad at you about the smallest issue. Also, if your partner is constantly putting you down and speaking of you negatively so that you feel bad about yourself. Overall, if you're just not as happy as you once were but are too scared to end the relationship, that is a huge sign. If you believe that you know somebody that is in a domestic violence situation, some signs would be that you are not seeing them as often, and this could be because their partner is not allowing them to go out. Also, in a physical aspect, if they have constant bruises or injuries, this could be a sign of physical abuse. Also, if you know someone that constantly talks about their partner's possessiveness, anger issues, or temper, this could be a sign that something is happening or could start to happen very soon. If you believe you know someone that is in a domestic violence situation, sometimes it is hard to go about trying to help them. One of the main things that you can do is ask if they're okay. Many times the abuser instills so much fear into their victim, the victim is too scared to tell anyone what is really going on. If they feel safe and feel like they can trust you, they will be at ease to talk about it. If they do tell you about it, make sure you are there to provide support for your friend. Make sure to not pry into your friends into telling you everything. They might only feel comfortable enough to tell you some of the information. Also, if your friend does admit to being in a violent relationship, make sure you explain to them how terrible and hurtful it is for them and that they need to get out of that relationship. If they tell you they're trying to get away from their abuser, also make sure you are able to help them find a place to stay. You could either offer up your house, maybe another friend's house, or you can offer to take them to an abuse shelter. Social conflict theory basically means that one group believes to have more power over another group, which is basically the cause of all domestic violence cases. In this theory, the more powerful group would use whatever possible means, even if it's destructive, to get what they want out of the lesser group. I believe that men that are the abusers in domestic violence cases have these concepts instilled in their heads. In hegemonic masculinity, it is where the man believes he is the dominant while the woman is the subordinate. An example would be if a man has this type of thinking and his wife or girlfriend has a job where she is making more money than him. He could basically become resentful of her and even violent towards her because of it. Another concept similar to this would be patriarchy. This is the idea that the man is of the highest authority and basically the main breadwinner of the family.